All right, so here we are. It is now Monday night, February 24th, and we're here for our Facebook group, What is Numerology meeting, monthly meeting. I forget what we called
Monthly
it. Like, it
event.
used to be Facebook Live, and now it's monthly meeting, and it's just basically anybody that wants to know more about numerology and what what we're working on, what kind of tools that it incorporates in, to help us in life. And so tonight we're going to be talking about a little bit of a thing that me and Maria are doing. So, yeah.
Yes. Lots of exciting stuff on the go and
Mm,
lots to share.
for
So,
sure.
so do you want to take the lead? And I guess we could start with intros.
Yeah, we could just do small intros. I'm Laura Canal. I'm the founder of Miles and Smiles Alternative Solutions. And basically, I help people with, I do reflexology, energy healing, astrology, and numerology, and just to help people in the wholehearted space of, knowing themselves better and getting that relationship with themselves is the biggest part of our life. So it's just molding and sculpturing ourselves, basically.
And
Yeah.
she does a beautiful job at it. That was
Oh,
beautiful.
you're welcome.
So, my name is, well, most of you know, I am Maria Esposito, and I am the founder and owner of Revolution9, wholeness training and consulting company. I am, I guess, for lack of a better word, and I'm not much of a label person, but I am a psychic healer and a wholeness trainer, and I help people create awareness, release, healing, and revolutionary change within their lives, and so in different areas of your life, and I use the beautiful tools of hypnotherapy, timeline therapy, neurolinguistic programming, astronumerology, and then my intuitive gifts and abilities to mesh them all together to help people create those transformational change.
Perfect. Great.
Mm, thank you.
So tonight we're going to be talking, our subject is actually a little bit of what we have planned moving forward. And the numerology part of it, that we were asked to be a part of a conference coming up. We were looking into doing this conference last fall, but it kind of was just kind of the thought process at that time, and now we're all gung-ho to do it.
That's right.
So,
Really excited, yeah. So for any of so the peace conference, so let's see if I could remember what the acronym stands for. So it's Psychic Entrepreneur Ascension Exhibition, no,
conference and exhibition.
Conference and Exhibition. That there
Yes,
we go. Thank you.
you're
I
welcome.
I had a dyslexic moment there for a second.
That's me. That's me.
So perfect. I'm really looking forward to it because I have to say, the conference has a phenomenal lineup of speakers and presenters.
Oh,
A lot of them, the people that you and I know.
yeah.
There are some people that I'm not familiar with, so I'm really excited to hear what they have to share and
Mhm.
get to know some new faces. And
Yeah.
yeah, so it's going to be an incredible event. It is a 2 day event, which encompasses, the exhibition, the vendor fair, speaking, speakers, and workshops, and a dinner, I believe, the first night as well. So
I
yeah,
think that's
exciting
for
stuff.
the attendees, yeah, the
Yes.
dinner. I'm not sure if we're included, but anyways,
Yeah. For the attendees,
yeah, for the
exactly.
attendees, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
I think they
and
even get a magic show or something. So this is
oh,
done
that's
at
right. Evening.
at the Greg Frewin Theater. And Maria and I will be doing what they call like the speakers or the talk or the TED Talk.
Mm,
We're going to share the stage for 20 minutes and tell you all about what it is to use numerology for your business and to set up your business. And what was the words that we used for the title? I believe it was Unlocking Abundance Through Numerology, a Divine Blueprint for Business Success. That's the
there you
title.
go.
For the workshop, it's called Set Your Business Up for Success Using Numerology.
That's right.
So,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, and so for anyone that is looking to connect, learn, the event is going to be really great, like I said. So, and then what we'll be sharing is, and again, whether you're an entrepreneur or not, this will be tailored, but you could use numerology in the same instances within your own life. So, I mean, if you don't have a business, um, but you have a full-time job, and depending on your role in that job, you could still use this incredible tool and what we're offering within the program, um, within within your employment position as well. So yes, there's different ways that we're going to be offering on how to enhance your business, um, using the tools, but you could also, for an employee, also be able to use these tools to apply it to your job to enhance your own position, and possibly if you have the desire to elevate and move up the the ladder into other different positions within the company, this will be a tool that will you be able to use as well. So
Mhm.
so it'll be great.
For the conference itself, it's actually geared towards the entrepreneur,
Mm,
right? Basically the psychic business or the intuitive businesses, and that's what it's geared for.
mhm.
But yes, you're absolutely right. You can use this in so many different ways. You can use this in an everyday form of, picking out a date that you want to do an event, or, if you are just if you are an author and you have want a book title or a launch date, or it's geared to a lot of different ideas within the whole business. Yes, you can have a fortunate name of your business, which
Mm,
will carry abundance and accelerate things moving forward. However, you can use that in so many other ways within your own life, right?
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
I think that even though the conference is tailored to entrepreneurs, I think there's a lot of people that work full time but aspire to, or have a side gig, a side little business that they may want to, say, eventually give up their full time, replace their full time job with their passion, work. Because usually if somebody is going to open up a little business on the side, it's because that's something that they love to do, right? At least that's what I think. To work full time and then to have another full time business or a part time business on the side, to be motivated by money or any other reason other than passion. I don't know many people that would add more to their plate if it wasn't something that they enjoyed.
right,
So I think there's so many different situations where there's people that aspire to be an entrepreneur and want to replace their full-time income. So I'm sure that um, just even talking to, and I've taken a few courses with a few people there, companies, and So there's going to be a lot of options, and it'll just be really exciting to even just be part of it. So
Yeah,
I haven't done a group or vendor fairs, things like this in years. So this will be, let alone a presentation. So other than our, calls here and then the few workshops that we've had. So, but it'll be very exciting times.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, and it's nice to be able
Yeah.
to be doing this with somebody else, with a friend and business colleague. It's nice.
Oh, exactly. I feel exactly the same.
Yeah,
It's funny, we'll be at the vendor fair the whole weekend,
that's
April
right.
5th and 6th. And we'll have a booth there. So, but on the Sunday is when we'll be doing our talk and our workshop and, giving you guys the information. But there's so many people in there just to look around and check out other people, and that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah,
I'm excited that we're in within all these other people and we can check out their workshops and we can, listen to their talks and take turns and even, offer people numerology readings while it's all happening if we're not doing too much on the Saturday.
that's right.
There's lots of
100%.
stuff there.
So,
Yeah, fun stuff.
exciting times. So, yeah. So yeah, we wanted to more or less come on and, for anyone who decided to attend this evening, we kind of wanted to tag along, kind of tie that into the upcoming conference, which again, it's on the 5th and the 6th, correct, Laura?
April 5th and 6th. Yeah,
6th,
it's a
yeah.
Saturday and
So
Sunday. Yep.
yeah, which
Yep.
is great. So uh, I think our next event that we're doing here is before or after. I think it's before the conference.
What event?
Our next what is
Oh,
numerology?
yeah, it is. I don't have my calendar on me. Um, it
'Cause
is
that's part of our housekeeping. So we are having another event like this before we go into our.
March 24th. It's
Oh, there we
exactly
go.
4 weeks.
Perfect. March
Um,
24th.
Yeah, so we'll have another, and we'll have more info on everything. But I do want to say, and I did a post on the group that it's happy anniversary, Maria. We
Yay.
have now, so it's funny because I think you built the group on the 17th of February, and we started adding people on February 28th.
Wow, there we go.
So it's in between the anniversary. People started coming online with us on February 28th. So I did do a post on the group and everybody was pretty excited. And one thing that I want to convey, and I'm going to convey it on this meeting, is because you know what, I am so grateful for everybody that's in our group, because without these people in our group, we don't have a group. So I'm grateful for you partnering with me, and it's wonderful to have this community. And bottom line is, without the people, saying their piece, putting their posts, and us putting our posts, we wouldn't have a group. So
That's
thank you,
right.
everyone out there. That's awesome. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Laura.
Yes. Yes, thank you to
Welcome.
everyone as well. Really appreciate it, and it's been a wonderful journey, and more to come. And and as we always state, any recommendations, any suggestions, any specific topics, that you would like us to discuss, please, we're always open to you know um, discussing different topics that are of interest to you, and doing these calls, virtually, give people the opportunity to ask questions and receive some insights or some clarity, whatever it is that they need.
Mhm.
Uh, so yeah,
Mm.
whatever that looks like, and um, yeah. So thank you again. This has been a wonderful year, and we'll see what the next year brings us. Right? Yep,
Exactly, exactly. More to come, more things that we're gonna put out there, more functions, more talking, you know,
that's right.
talking events. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. I haven't done an event or an expo since 20, when did I do the expo, Maria? I can't remember.
Mm.
2022? When I did the Halo Awards Expo.
Oh, the halo. That's right. You did.
2022. Yeah,
That's
okay.
right.
That long ago, really.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. All
Yeah.
right. So if you'd like to, where would you like to start, Laura,
For
with
what?
regards to our topic tonight? Is there anything specific that you would like to share
No,
in
I
terms
was just
of?
coming on to do that, and if anybody had questions, but there's no one on with us, so yeah.
Well, Scott, do you have any questions for us? Oh, can't hear you. Nope.
This is
There you
the
go.
Oh, there we go.
Not at the moment, no.
No? Oh, very good.
Well, I mean, we could go into, so I've been doing the messages from the universal energy, and they're based on the day of the month, as well as the universal date, adding up all the numbers, as
Mm.
well as I put this little kicker in, the year 9 and the month 11. So this is 9/11, and
Mm.
today is the 24th, and it adds up to 17. So it's all about the immortal soul, and it's about your healing, but the 9 is about ending things and really empowering ourselves moving up, and the 11 is walking through the portal. So it's about using your intuition. And I think I said in the beginning of 2025 that this is the awakening to the spirit within. And actually I've heard whispers of this throughout. I don't know if people got it from me or what they, or if they just got it somewhere else, but it's all about the intuition and all about really going within, because there's a lot of energy out there that really is affecting people. And going within and really being able to, curb what you need for your own, your relationship with yourself and everything that you need for yourself. It's really empowering to listen to your intuition. More so, it has been going forward since 2012, but more so awakening more of this using our telepathy. What was it? And our intuition is huge right
Well, especially for the 11, right?
now. Yeah.
That's a really big, very intuitive number. So, and
Mhm.
it's like you said, it's a portal. So, and it's having that. I've been finding this month has been a very interesting month to say the least, and the whole going within, which for some people that might be very foreign to them, not even understand what that means, but
Right.
it truly, when you're kind of faced with having to make some decisions, it's and walking through that, walking down that path and through that portal of saying, okay, this is how it's going to be. Sometimes it could be very difficult, but it's having that faith and having that trust, without having the um, the logic and the proof per se, I guess you could say the proof, in front of you. It's just having that, I guess as the saying go, having that blind faith and just knowing that everything is working out, you know. And just like how we were discussing before, before our session, before we came online, just sometimes you just have to have faith and just, look at at different various situations that occur as that glass half full, and you have the choice to look at it in a scarcity mindset, or you have the choice to look at it at, okay, I'm not liking this, however there's learning in here for me, and this is going to provide me growth and expansion, and just have that mindset and knowing that. And again, easier said than done. However, that's, I think, I've been finding, at least for this month, that there's been a lot of that. And it's having that faith, and have to say, I've been fortunate to have beautiful people in my life that have been giving me such wonderful support. And I include the two of you in this 100%. So it's been a very interesting time, to say the least. So, but it's been interesting too because, and we've talked about cycles. So I'm in a year 6, right? So, and yeah, a 15/6 year. So,
Me
and
too.
this, yeah, exactly. Because you're getting close to the end of your year, where I'm just pretty much at the beginning of my year. And that's the epitome of that, of the 15/6 is all about healing. And it's all about, family, healing, responsibility. And so it's been interesting where it's almost as if I've been feeling like I've been kind of flowing in that space. Um, Especially when it comes to like the family responsibility, being that parent,
Mhm.
and that cosmic parent, or that parent per se, has been an interesting um, entry into this year, so to say the least. So it's been very interesting to see the alignment of how cycles play a role, and then you have the universal cycles, right? Because we're in a year 9, which is all about completion. And it's all about, change, like year end, it's change, it's endings, completion, purging. I like to look at it as purging, because you really, when you're going from a 9 to a 1, you really want to finish what the things that, get rid of the things that do not serve, so that there is space, energetic space, for the things that in that you're wanting to bring in that space, right? Because in that year 1, it's all about new beginnings, right? So it's been interesting, to say the least, with the bringing in the cycles, your own personal years, and then the universal on top of that. It's been I've been finding it quite interesting. So,
And I find with the 6 and the 9, it's really about the emotional part of things. You really feel the unfolding of the emotional part of things, and taking that responsibility, and also taking the responsibility of really accessing your psychic abilities. And that's the one thing for me. You're in different stages with your children than I am. I'm in the stages of grandchildren, so my kids are growing up. But when I was in the stages with the teenagers, that was when my intuition or my psychic ability started really kicking in, and I could feel, and I could I could really, okay, let's just say it. I could feel my daughter she kept lying to me and she kept trying to push the buttons and I kept catching her in it to the point that the universe started really showing up for me.
Yeah. I hear you. Wow.
And taking me over to places where she finally, both that time, I think it's 16, 17. Yeah, it's finally, she gave up. She goes, that's it. Okay, I get it. I'm gonna just stop.
There we go.
Good, because you know what? You can't beat me.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
they were sending friends to my friend's house that haven't been there in 8 months, and my daughter was there. And yeah, anyways, that's
Wow.
a longer story. But yeah, it's funny the way the universe, and that's what the 11 is all about too. It's just this channel of energy, whatever that may look like, and to open yourself up for, really using your full power
Mhm.
because that's what the channel is. It's full power.
Wow. Lovely.
Yeah.
It
And the
is
9 is all about the wisdom, right? It's the
the
big head
wisdom.
on top,
Mhm.
and it's all about using that wisdom. So,
Exactly. Well, that's the other thing too, because I have the 6 and the 9 in my main codes. So
oh,
that
so you're in
means,
power year,
yeah, yeah,
power year,
exactly.
power month. Yeah,
Yeah.
power
So
days.
it's been interesting to say the least that yeah, because I have those two codes within my main codes. So, and as we know, whenever those, when you look at your six codes, but then the three codes that like that a lot of numerologists will say these are the ones that are kind of like the main. Um, when those are highlighted, that brings an emphasis on of energy on those numbers. So it's been interesting, very interesting
Hmm.
to say the least. So this year, being in a 15-6, and my life path number is a 33-6.
Hmm.
So that six is really playing a very, very big role for me, for the next year. And then once I get into my 6 month or day, that's even more emphasized. So it's interesting, really, really, really interesting. You
And
know,
for you, you have the 6 and the 9. So even on your day 9,
9, that's
6 and
right.
day 9.
Yeah.
For me, I just have the 9 in my codes.
Hmm.
Next year is going to be interesting though.
Yeah. There we go.
Because like, we look
You have
at
a 7. That's right. You have your
777
yes. Yeah, that's right.
at the end of it. Yeah. My soul, personality, and essence are all 7s.
Wow. That's going to be a big one.
It was before because I reflect back on before I go into the next year, the 7 when it was I believe it started in 2016, 2017. I believe that's when, because that's year 1. Yes,
Mm,
yes, because 2017 was when universally we were in year 1, and I went into year 7 in 2016, so went over to my birthday in
mm,
2017. So yeah, it was pretty powerful.
mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
so
interesting.
but
Love
yeah,
numbers.
yeah, but it does, like whether it's universal or our personal numbers, they still fold into the energies that are happening, and you
Mm,
have to look at the whole in order to discover what is happening. So using your intuition as well and really tapping into this energy now that we know more about the numbers and conveying these energies to others about the year nines and their own personal years, it's very, very important to really tap into this energy and really embracing it
Mhm.
for what it
100%.
is. Yeah,
Well, it also gives a lot of awareness and clarity on a lot of different things,
for sure.
in terms of when you kind of know those codes and get familiar with the different cycles and whatnot. It really does bring clarity into, when things occur, when things happen. And I like to look at, when you're looking at the universal stuff tends to really impact the external world. Whereas when you're looking at your own personal, tend to impact the internal, and that's where, not to say it doesn't impact vice versa, but that's kind of how I like to look at it, because I find that just looking at, how things have unfolded with even the year nine and how things are, you know, creating that change, it really does impact that external. And not to say, like I said, it does impact the internal as well, but you know it's the personal versus the external, the universal tend to be have bring in different energies, right? So, and having that knowledge and knowing how to look at that is pretty, it just brings in a lot of awareness and a lot of clarity, and it also allows you to be able to make decisions, right? Which is what we're going to be sharing, to how to use numbers to make decisions, in a space of creating abundance in business, right? And making those right decisions using numerology to help you make those decisions, and create alignment, right? So,
Absolutely. Like when you're using these numbers and creating this alignment, the things that it's almost like magical, the things that it can happen
yeah,
as soon as you engage with, the teachings that we're going to be teaching at the
yeah,
conference, and the abundance or acceleration of the of the abundance is hugely important moving forward. So yeah, it
100%.
works
Love it.
too. It works.
It
And
does.
when you're not using abundant codes, I've seen different things happen. And it's not just karma, it's not, I don't know, it's just I believe there's an alignment with the energies. And I have done different readings for people that have asked me to, find out what their, what the abundance code or for the name that they picked out for their business, and then it doesn't align and things go out of control, chaos.
Yeah, we want to
Yep.
minimize the chaos in our lives, don't we?
That's right. And then some people will say, no, no, this is what I want. And then that's fine. So then you just see it unfold and there's nothing you can do about it. But
Yeah,
you know what, out of the experience that I've had at looking at the numbers, it's really super important to, if you believe in the numbers, then it's super important to listen to the numbers.
that's right. 100%. Well, trust me, I get it. I'm
Yeah,
seeing, I see numbers constantly. I mean, that's how, you know, spirit talks to me primarily. That's my go-to, which,
right.
with my other abilities, depending, like, on my day-to-day, like, it's interesting because when I'm not in that, like, it's almost as if not that you turn off your intuition, but there's a space and time where you need to kind of prep yourself when you're doing those intuitive readings and things like that. You kind of need, at least for me, I need to position myself, prepare myself, get myself ready to be able to channel and do what I need to do, especially when I'm working with clients. But I find that when I'm not in that space and I'm living life day to day, you know, the numbers are always screaming at me, okay, these numbers. And it's always
Right,
the triple digits or yeah, it's just different sequences of numbers or
right.
yeah, numbers or or even just like spirit animals, things like that.
Yeah.
Certain animals, certain things will show up, and will show up randomly. But we know that nothing's random, right? So,
Yeah.
but the numbers are very prevalent, and I know that when spirit is wanting to send a message, a specific message, um, you know, that's the numbers are always the first, because they know that even if I'm not in that space of receiving, I'm always in awareness of the numbers. So
Oh yeah,
that's
exactly.
interesting.
It's-
And it's when you have that understanding of knowing, for the most part, it's always a lot of the numbers, when they're talking to me, it's, letting me know that they're here. And then, of course, they have the messaging of whatever the numbers are, and depending on what's going on in that moment.
Mhm.
But I have my trusty journal with me all the time. So anytime that I'm seeing those numbers, um, I'm always writing those down, because you never know, because there could be a pattern, right? That there's a certain messaging going on. So I
Yeah.
like to document. For me, I like to write them down and what's going on in that moment. What am I thinking? What am I doing? And
Mhm.
these are the questions I ask myself, so what is going on in that moment? And is there a pattern that when I'm seeing those numbers, is it usually am I doing or thinking or going through the same situation? So
Yeah.
it's interesting. But not many people are detailed like that. But, so I go
Right.
through phases. I go through phases where I'm like really into my journaling, but then other times, and really documenting things like that.
Mm.
Then other times it's like, okay, you know, a little bit busy. I need to stay focused here. So, but
But here's a funny story for you. So the other day, my son, he couldn't get out to the grocery store, and I said, okay, well, we need some stuff, and I'll go to the grocery store. And he goes, well, I'll pay you back. And so it was on the 18th, and the price of it was 119.19 cents. And
mm.
so I never even thought about it. I go, this is what you owe me and whatever. And so then he sends it back and I said, oh, I seen that you sent me. Thank you. You sent it this 119.19 cents on the 19th.
Oh, wow.
And
There you
I was like,
go.
I started laughing. I'm like,
Ah, there
one,
you go. Oh my God. 19. Wow.
yeah. And I was like, it was funny. So then he had to go to Costco and his sister needed some stuff. And so he divides everything out. He goes, you owe me 113.13 cents.
Wow.
It was so funny, right?
Yeah, that is funny.
But I said, well, the 19 is all about like as because it's what is the 19 again? Royal.
Uh, no, isn't it oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's the Prince of Heaven.
Prince of Heaven. So
Yes,
the
that's
Prince
it.
of Heaven is the sun. And so I told Jeffrey that my son that the sun is shining down on him. There's an illumination
Wow.
of energy that, and then 19 adds up to 10
Yeah,
and 1, right? So
that's right.
there is good luck. And it seemed to be like really uplifting for me to tell him that the sun was shining down on him and there was a lucky streak of things happening. And it really was. He said, yeah, this is a really good day. And then it ended up being a good day. So
Yeah,
it was like,
that's excellent. The
yeah,
19, well, it's a very, if you think about it too, because that encompasses the whole 1 to 9 cycle, because it's the 1 and the 9,
yeah, that's
so
right.
it's almost like it's like that whole, the wholeness in that, which is a very, very powerful uh, number code, to say the least. So, wow, really good.
Yeah, because it's
Love that.
moving forward and for the number 1 and leaving a trail of things that are
Yes.
are releasing as the number 9,
9.
right?
Yes.
Kind of reminds
Right.
me of a snail, like
Yeah.
what the slugs that go by
Yeah.
and they have
That
all
have
this
that
really
100%.
crystally magical glitter that they leave behind. Yeah, so
Yeah.
shiny and sparkly.
That's a great analogy. That's wonderful.
But yeah, anyways, it was good for him that day. But yeah, it's funny. I always watch numbers, whether it be receipts or the total of my bank account or wherever, clock face numbers. There's
Mhm.
numbers all over that
That's
we
right.
see, or the numbers of the license plate in front of us, or yeah, just
That's right.
just
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. And I even ask, and that's another way that for me, because numbers are so big, that sometimes if I'm in a headspace, like I'm in my head, I'll ask spirit to show me, okay, show me, and I'll do like a very unique sequence of numbers that you normally wouldn't see,
Mhm.
for that confirmation from spirit. And I'll say, show me a 666 or show me a 999 sequence, you know, um, something that's very that you wouldn't normally see,
Right.
to confirm. So yeah, yeah, numbers are great,
They are.
and it's just, again, it's another
Absolutely.
tool to help. Tools are great to help simplify and create peace and harmony within life. So, in a tool like this, again, there is a certain level of belief, right? And trust and knowing that's involved, but that's pretty much with anything, right? So,
Mhm.
but
Exactly.
yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is great.
This is
And
awesome.
maybe we could wrap things up. I
Sure.
think, unless and then, yeah, so for anyone who decides to watch the replay of this, by all means, if you have any questions for us, um, whether you are part of the group, make a comment on, the post, or if this is on one of our YouTube channels, we have our What is Numerology Facebook group that you're more than welcome to join, and a lot of great information and interaction and posts that Laura and I provide. So join the group. And if not, you could post, if you see this on the YouTube channels, just make a comment and post any questions that you may have. And yeah, and we're always taking suggestions on various topics that you'd like us to talk about. So
Yeah.
that's it, at
So
least on
yeah,
my end.
exactly. So yeah, thank you for those that are watching the replay of this. And thank you, Maria. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for
Um,
joining us. Yes.
yeah, that's awesome. So we're going to bid you adieu and bye for now, and we'll be back on March 24th.
Yes, that's wonderful. Have a good night. Thank you, everyone. Mhm.